As we approach the end of the year, it's hard to believe Christmas is just around the corner. It is a perfect time to put in place your plans for 2024, taking some time out to reflect on the achievements of the year that's just been and what you'd actually like to accomplish in the year ahead in terms of your career goals, and for some of you thinking about your board portfolio and how that will take shape in the year ahead. It is a time, obviously, to connect with family and friends and take a break. I know a lot of my clients will be breaking from late next week and will be taking some time, well earned, to recalibrate and have a good break and recharge the engines. But it's also a time, if you're taking an extended break, to really put in place those plans and those goals for the year ahead. And I find even with the most senior executives, they often fail to sort of commit to goal setting, putting it down on paper, actually going through a bit of a formalized process with themselves to put those plans in place for the following year. So I do highly recommend you do that. And in particular, there's two things I want you to really consider. Is firstly, what is your networking strategy going to be in 2024? And what is your thought leadership strategy going to be? Thought leadership is incredibly important if you want to position yourself for board opportunities, because ultimately you do bring people into the boardroom who are well known for their opinions, their thoughts. They share their intellectual property in the market, and they've got a profile, whether that be on LinkedIn or in the media, and that's highly attractive, and it takes time to cultivate that. So thinking about what your thought leadership strategy is going to be and how you're going to show up on the various platforms, and what is the theme, if you like, for what you will be sharing for the year ahead. I think it pays to have a content calendar of activity, and bringing it back to a theme is a really smart way to operate, because it means that everything you're doing is building on that, those key themes that you want to discuss in the market, and building up your subject matter expertise. Likewise, the networking strategy is going to be very important, because there may be less of the traditional kind of face-to-face events. You may not want to allocate even the time to going to a lot of face-to-face events. So you might need to really think about your LinkedIn strategy and how you're going to connect with people and still build a meaningful relationship with those individuals, whether that be chairpersons, non-executive directors, executive search consultants, chief executives, the C-suite, and the like. So giving some thought to that is important, and I believe that those two things go hand in hand, the thought leadership strategy and the networking strategy, because increasingly, if you're going to be using social and digital media platforms, you're going to want to use that thought leadership to help with your connections, expanding your reach, increasing your following, spreading the word, so to speak, with key executives. So there's all sorts of opportunities, I think, in the year ahead. I think it will be a challenging, few years ahead. So planning for career moves, planning for what you want to achieve in the corporate world, planning for your board portfolio all takes some thought, and it just doesn't happen on a whim. So use maybe this time over the Christmas New Year break. I'm expecting 2 waves of executives to come back into the office, half of them back in the office mid-January and the rest of them after the Australia Day long weekend. So I think you'll see there's a fair bit of activity early in the year. There could still be a surge of opportunities. Likewise, I still know that there is outplacement being finalised in that first quarter of the year. So you'll find that there's a lot of people out looking for opportunities, and the people who are well placed are those that have done some forward planning planning and got a bit of an edge on the market. Also, take this opportunity to really recalibrate your personal brand. So even if we've done the exercises together with your resumes and your cover letters, it's a perfect time to revisit that. Just make sure everything's up to date. You've got your master documents all ready to go. You've got your cover letter templates in place, so it can speed up an application process for you. And of course, just making sure that all of that's, in good order, and your LinkedIn profile's up to date and so on. But first and foremost, just really enjoy the break. Take some time out with your family and your friends. And I'm wishing you a very, very Merry Christmas and a very happy and a safe New Year. And I am looking forward to catching up with you individually in early 2024.